This is the Tennis Podcast. This is Nick Amel.
This is Brandon.
Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
We got some sun today. We're not underwater like last time.
Nope. Coming at you topside.
Coming at you topside. This is the show where myself or Brandon come with a top 10-ish list with some research and notes and fun facts, and the other person does not know what the list is until we're here in just a minute. So today I have a top 10 list, and Brandon's going to try to guess it in real time.
I'm ignorant. I need you to edutain me.
We pride ourselves on being the number one podcast on all of iTunes today.
We're priding ourselves? Yeah, I mean, you can pride yourself for anything.
Yeah, we are number one on all of iTunes in history, actually. Did you hear that Apple's getting rid of iTunes?
What, really?
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
For podcasting, it's just going to be Apple Podcasts, which already exists.
Yeah.
And then they're going to have a number of separate apps for like the different functions of iTunes.
Okay, so they're not telling me to take my iTunes Match library and stick it up my butt?
I don't know about... I haven't looked into that yet, but I need to.
It might be in the terms and conditions. They're really long and I didn't read them.
Anyway, on today's terms and conditions, we are going to edutain our listeners on a very important topic. Are you ready?
Yep.
Today, we are going to be talking about the top 10 most spoken languages in the world.
Oh, no. I mean, good.
Brandon's going to do very bad. He won't do bon.
Wait, what's that?
Good in French.
Oh.
You didn't know I could speak French, did you?
I didn't recognize that as French,
It'll
no.
be not bien. That's Spanish.
Are these the most spoken in terms of people out there speaking that language?
I'm glad you asked, because there were two ways I could do this list. Number one, I could do based on native speakers. So that's basically taking account of everyone whose first language is a language. Or you could do the total number of people who speak that language, whether it's their first language or not.
That's the one I'm hoping you did.
Yeah, that's the one I'm doing. So you might live in a country where your primary, like, let's say you live in France. Your first language is going to be French, but most people, I don't know about most, I don't know what the breakdown is, but a lot of people in France can also speak English.
They're all smarter than us.
Yeah. America's very dumb with languages. We are looking at the top 10 languages based on the total number of people that can speak that language.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Let's break tradition today. Let's just break right into this list and start guessing immediately.
Okay. Why did you do a Goofy impression? That was Goofy, right?
Why the fuck not?
That was left field. Show me Mandarin Chinese.
So on this list, Chinese is one category. Although, to your point, Chinese is actually a whole family of languages.
I know at least two. Mandarin and, do you pronounce it Hmong? Hmong? It's Hmong.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it correctly, clearly.
Forewarning on this episode, Brandon and I here are a couple of Oklahomans, and we might offend you based on our bad pronunciations throughout this episode.
We're a couple of tongue-tied, slack-jawed yokels.
Yokels. And one of us is a sidekick host, which puts us at a big disadvantage.
It's completely equal.
Whereas two equal hosts might have a total capacity of 100% brain power, I'm dealing with one main host and one sidekick host, so we're probably operating at about 60-70% of total podcasting hosting brain capacity. So keep that in mind too. Chinese as a family of languages is number 2, but the vast majority of Chinese speakers are speaking Mandarin. In fact, 1 in 6 people on planet Earth can speak Mandarin.
Not this one.
Not this one, not this one either. There's over 1.1 billion total speakers in the world. Now, I also have a breakdown of speakers based on if it's their first language or second language.
Mm-hmm.
So again, first language means it's the first language they're speaking. It's a language that they think of in their head when they're thinking, language they use at home. There's 918 million of those. And that would mean if we were looking at native speakers, that would be first on the list.
That's what I was going to guess. They've got to be first and native.
Yeah. Second language speakers, people that can speak Mandarin, but it's not their primary language, there's 199 million, which would put it fifth on the
learned or acquired languages.
Right. Exactly. That's a better way to say it. A learned or acquired language, it would be fifth place.
Do you know any words in Chinese?
I know Ching.
Oh my God. What does that mean?
I know Chang.
Oh no.
I know Chong.
I'm going to guess that there are words that are...
Let's do it. Let's figure it out.
Homophones to those. Like they sound exactly like that. I'm going to guess that there are some. Just like I guess if you did not speak English, but you made up a handful of nonsense English words to imitate English, I think you would probably stumble upon a few actual English words.
You know, I was doing a Google translation and fucking the Chinese, man, they have a symbol for every word.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking get it.
It's really, there's an order to it. And I'm obviously people can understand it, but I haven't either. I'm going to say I haven't been taught correctly. Not that I'm incapable of learning. Someone hasn't taught me the right way.
Do the keyboards in China
I have no idea. I have no clue what they look like. Google it. Chinese keyboard.
I'm extremely ignorant on.
It's got to be a mile long. This is going to be an episode about how stupid we are.
Interesting. So I'm looking at a keyboard. And it has the English, that the keys are shared.
Oh, wow. I see it too.
The G key has the letter G on it, but then it also has symbols on it.
3 other symbols.
Yeah.
It actually looks kind of cool. Looks like a regular keyboard with extra mumbo jumbo on it.
Keyboard plus is what we call that, Brandon. Everything's a plus these days.
I like it.
Just like the size of your ass is a big old plus. Yeah, we hope we don't offend any Mandarin speakers out there, but we're doing our best.
We're probably going to offend a lot of people today, but...
If you're easily offended, just go ahead and unsubscribe.
I took Spanish in high school and a little bit in college, and I am still nowhere near conversational.
Well, I got news for you, Brandon. You're not really conversational in English either.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I took a different language in high school.
Was it French?
It was French. What number do you think French is?
I'm going to guess French is 3 or 4. Is it 4?
5. This is very interesting to me because it's number 5. There's 285 million speakers.
Mm-hmm.
However, get this. First language speakers, 77 million, which would put it in 14th place. But second language or learned language speakers, 203 million, or 4th place. And this is the only one on the top 10 like this where there's more second language speakers than first.
Really?
So there's more than double. There's almost triple the amount of second language speakers compared to first language. 2 or 3 million compared to 77 million.
Is French a common shared language in areas of Southeast Asia or Africa?
I don't know about Southeast Asia, but for sure in Africa, there's a lot of French speakers in Africa.
I wonder if, because of French colonialism, there are different tribes or countries or different languages that use French as a common language.
Yeah, well...
I don't know. I guess I could Google it and actually
No. We don't got time for Googling.
We don't have that.
What's interesting about America is it's for sure made up of English speakers, even though it's not an official language.
Mm-hmm.
But in other countries, especially countries in Africa, some countries in Africa have like 6 or 7 official languages or more.
Yeah.
A lot of French speakers, in fact, the majority of French speakers, that's a fact, that the majority of French speakers can speak other languages. And I think it's also a fact that most people in the world, excluding the United States, can speak multiple languages. I think the United States is like the only country where we're very language dumb.
French is also commonly used in Canada, especially Eastern Canada, right?
Oh, yeah. In Quebec.
Yeah, French Canada. French Canadians.
Do you prefer Canadian French or French in your foreign porn, Brandon?
Can you rephrase that in a yes or no so I can just say no?
I can't. Can you speak any French?
Can I speak it? Oui.
Did you know that your boy can do the entire alphabet and he can count decently high in French?
Isn't it just like A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Is that not it? And is that not the alphabet in French?
You're not too far off. Let's see. So I'm going to say that even though I took a few years of French, I've never been good at the accent and the R's. I can't roll my R's at all. So don't judge me out there, French speakers. But ABC, I can't remember. Day.
Oh my God.
I can do the numbers though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was 1 through 10. This would be the 10-ish podcast in French.
Congratulations. You can now be an 18-month-old French child.
Did you know that we have listeners in both France and Quebec?
Really? Bonjour, mon ami.
Bonjour. Je suis Nick.
Is that...
Okay. So French, number 5, and you had Chinese, which is mostly Mandarin, at number 2. And did you know, one more thing on French, did you know that French is a romantic language?
I did know that. It is the most romantic of the Latin languages.
And it's not the only romantic language on this list.
Oh, I know another romantic language. 2 other romantic languages that might be on the list.
Okay.
Spanish. Is Spanish romantic?
Spanish is romantic. What number do you think it is?
If you roll your R's, it's romantic.
I can't roll my R's. Give me a good R roll.
Burrito.
Burrito, yeah. Bien. Muy bien, muy bien.
Mi perro es pooping.
What is that?
I said my dog is, and then I said pooping in English. Chewy somehow, Chewy is a dachshund and he can't open a door because on account of he's like 6 inches tall. But somehow he got into our garage with the door closed and he crapped all over the floor in there. And then somehow got back in, closed the door. He did a David Blaine dump in the garage. So Spanish, I'm going to guess.
Hang on. No. You can't just say that.
I don't know what else to say. I have no idea how he got in there.
What is your best theory? It had to be your kid, right? Open the door?
Yes.
So have you considered transporting all of the materials from the garage to your child's room?
No.
And saying, here you fucking go.
I just got him to clean it. I don't need to dookie it up.
Can we also talk about how you said my perro and then...
Mi perro es pooping? I don't know
But why change to English?
Because I don't know the Spanish word for poop, and I definitely don't remember how to conjugate it.
But why do this at all then? Why take us down this path?
Because perro is an opportunity to roll my R.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why Brandon is the sidekick host. Because he needs me to reel him back in to the topic at hand. Brandon, what else do you know about the language of Spanish? What number do you think it is?
I think it's number 3.
You've been wrong every time so far. It's number 4. There's 513 million speakers. However, it is the second most native or first language in the world. But it is the 10th second language in the world. 74 million people have learned Spanish as a second language, compared to 460 million that know Spanish as a native language.
Right.
Spanish is the primary language of most of South and Central America. It's also the language in Spain and large sections of the United States, much to our president's dismay.
Oh, God, yeah.
El Presidento's dismay.
Yeah, he doesn't like hombres.
He doesn't like what?
Bad hombres.
No. Bad muchachos.
Yeah,
but I bet you he loves some Taco Bell though.
I've seen a picture of that fucker eating a gigantic taco salad bowl. It was during the campaign. He took a picture to celebrate. I swear it was like a Cinco de Mayo picture of him with a giant, huge taco salad bowl in his office in Trump Tower. The big shitting grin on his face, saying that's how he was celebrating Taco de Mayo, with the fucking taco salad bowl. Are you looking for the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be hard to parse out the one. If you search for Trump shit-eating grin, your computer might start smoking.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. The best taco bowls are made in Trump Tower Grill. I love Hispanics.
I forgot.
That's a quote.
I love Hispanics.
Holy shit. I can't believe this is real.
He would never say that now.
Oh my God. Okay. Can you give us some more Spanish? Give us some more rolling R's. I love me some Brandon rolling R's.
I'm trying to think of more words that have a double R in them. Mi burro es pequeño. My burro is small.
Oh my God. I didn't know I loved
my
Brandon.
My donkey is small.
I didn't know I love Brandon R's so much. Give us another one. Do Donald Trump.
Wait,
There's
say
an R in
Donald
there.
Trump
Yeah, Donald.
in my Spanish accent?
Your very Brandon Spanish accent, yes.
Donald Trump. 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 Trump.
Holy shit. I hope I'm not the only one loving this and that our listeners are not just like pressing the skip button.
I'm pushing myself into uncharted voice acting waters for you.
All right, that's Spanish number 4.
English. Is English number 1?
Would you have guessed that before we started?
Yes. I was going to guess either English or Chinese for number 1. I'm guessing English is the largest acquired language.
English is number 1, and it is the largest, by far, the largest acquired language. In fact, number 1 overall, and then it has over 1.2 billion total speakers. As a first language, it's only third, with 379 million speakers. However, as a second language, 753 million, number 1 on second language. Now get this, Chinese, which is the number 2 on the list, 199 million second speakers.
Mm-hmm.
English, 753. So what is that? Almost 4 times the amount of second language speakers of English? Pretty remarkable.
I wonder what the comparison is between the largest languages in terms of acquired or learned languages and countries that have held international empires.
Okay, say it again.
So a lot of people in the world speak Chinese because a ton of people in the world are born in China and know it as a first language, and also learn it in order to do business with the Chinese, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Spanish, French, and English. The Spanish had an international empire and conquered lands, and those lands adopted Spanish. Same thing with French, like French Polynesia, French Quebec. These are places that the French settled, and so French is still a learned language in that learned language, or even a native language in that country. And then English, being the one that is by far the most spread, English shares colonialism with both Britain and America. But America's takeover of the world wasn't with ships. And just listen.
Shh.
America's takeover of the world wasn't with ships and swords and guns. It was with corporations, with like Mickey Mouse and Coca-Cola. And that's why everyone knows English.
You know what I think about sometimes? How obviously there's Hollywood, there's the whole movie industry, and they show our movies in other countries, probably most other countries, not North Korea. But these other countries have their own fucking Hollywoods and shit, showing their own movies that we haven't even heard of.
Yeah.
There's all these I know some foreign films are like really famous, but for the most part, most Americans have never heard of a lot of these really big foreign films that are huge in other countries. That's all. What's the most recent foreign film you saw, Brandon? And not the ones you found on Pornhub.
Foreign film.
Roger Rabbit?
I started watching a martial arts movie the other day. I only watched the first 15 minutes.
Did they say, hi-ya?
They did. I got to a few hi-yas, but the story was ludicrous and I got kind of tired of it.
Was there a famous star in it?
Not that I'm aware of. They could be in Japan.
A couple of sidekick hosts in the movie?
Japanese equivalent of a sidekick.
Yeah. All right, give me another guess.
So I don't have number 3.
No, I don't know if you're going to get it.
Portuguese.
Hang on a second.
Did I just blow your mind?
No, I was just realizing I forgot to read a bunch of notes on English.
Oh.
And I also forgot to mention my fucking source for all this shit. It's Babbel.com. Babbel.com is a language learning website. The vast majority of my notes come from Babbel.com with supplement from Wikipedia. And about English, Babbel.com said, over 500 million people who speak English as a second language indicates a remarkable success of English as the lingua franca of business, travel, and international relations. This is kind of what we were talking about.
Right.
This is what surprised me. The relative ease with which English can be picked up, especially compared with Chinese, and the pervasive soft power of U.S. culture means that English will continue to dominate the world stage for the foreseeable future. For some, English is still synonymous with opportunity and a better quality of life, except for the Mexican people that were kept in cages by our president.
Oh, God.
What? Is that not true?
No, it's totally true.
Okay. What caught my eye here is that this article from Babbel.com says, the relative ease with which English can be picked up. I've always heard, anecdotally, that English is the most difficult language to learn. Haven't you heard that?
I've also heard that. I wonder if part of the reason why it is so easy to pick up is because it is so pervasive.
Yeah. Yeah, that has to be it.
The more you hear it, the more you will understand and remember.
English is hard because we have words that mean the same thing. We have the same spellings of words that mean different things in different contexts. However, I gotta say, using French as an example, which I took a few years of, all this masculine, feminine bullshit, come on. Like, why? Why are we making this harder than it has to be?
It is really confusing.
And there's also proper and improper. It's like, a word's a fucking word, people.
Proper and improper. Oh, like formal and informal?
Yeah, maybe that's how they say it. So, like, for every word you learn in French, you have to learn, like, 5 versions of it.
Right.
Masculine, feminine. Yeah.
In Spanish, usted is the formal you, and tú is the casual you. I'm like, in English, we differentiate them by tone. The formal you is you. The informal you is you. Hey, you, oi.
Yeah?
Oi, 4 eyes. Anyway.
Hey, 4 eyes. You're talking about you? Is that what someone said to you?
4 eyes?
Yeah. Have you ever been called 4 eyes? Like, have you ever been called 4 eyes by a bully that wasn't...
Yes.
That was being mean to you?
Yes.
Tell us the story.
It was in February of this year.
What? By your son?
Yes. No, by a grown man. Someone who was very angry at me in traffic.
Oh my God. What happened?
There was a gentleman got upset in a road rage altercation at school pickup and got out of his car to confront me while I was still in my car and wanted me to come outside to have an altercation in front of all the children. And as part of his taunting to get that, he called me a 4-eyed geek. Which is kind of hard not to laugh at when a grown man is trying to taunt you and trying to like really get you upset. It's like, you 4-eyed geek. I was like, I think more than 50% of adults wear corrective lenses of some kind.
Would he prefer that you didn't wear corrective lenses so you could just drive blind everywhere?
So I could blindly run over his children. I guess.
People are assholes.
Word to the wise out there.
Hang on, let everyone get time to get their pen and paper out.
Yeah, get your scratch pads out. People are insane. Just stay inside your car.
Never leave your house, and in fact, never take us out of your ears.
Everything will be safer that way.
Just ask Jack Nicholson.
Must be mail time. Get the fuck out of here with fucking mail. What? Take those Bed Bath & Beyond discounts and shove them up your ass.
Mr. Muffy doesn't know bad words like that, Brandon. So you got English, number 1 English, number 2 Chinese, number 4 Spanish, number 5 French. The rest of these will be harder.
And I've not guessed number 3 yet.
Well, I did just say that, so yes.
So Portuguese.
Is that your guess for number 3?
That is my guess for number 3.
Portuguese is way down at number 9. It's a multiple of 3. I guess you have that, right?
Okay. So it's not Portuguese, is it?
Well, let me tell you about goddamn Portuguese. Is that all right?
I didn't know.
It's number 9.
Okay. Oh, it's number 9.
Is this your first time on the show?
I thought that was off the list.
Holy shit.
I was thinking in Portuguese numbers.
Number 9 is Portuguese, 237 million speakers.
Yeah, I got to show you the way I spelled Portuguese on my scratch pad here.
Spell it.
I'll have to take a picture. No, it's not words. It's not letters. I just got confused at the end and scribbled.
I'm sure all of our Portuguese listeners are...
There's a U and an E and an S and another E. And I wasn't quite sure about the order, so I just...
It's spelled P-O-R-T, port, like porta potty.
Yep. Oh, no. Or how about port like a ship's port?
No, porta potty.
All right.
And then U, and then a mix of geese and guess. G-U-E-S-E.
See, that didn't help me. That's why I made a scribble. All right.
It's the 6th most spoken native language, 221 million, and a huge drop-off from 221 million native speakers to only 13 million second language speakers, putting it at 15th place. The spread of Portuguese may have initially been tied to European colonization. Do you want to go on another boring-ass 25-minute colonization history lesson real quick? Or are you good?
No, I think I covered it.
Okay, but the colonized countries developed their own vibrant languages that transformed the language forever. Today, Portuguese is spoken by over 200 million native speakers in countries like Brazil, Goa, Angola, Mozambique, Cape Verde, Guinea-Bissau.
Easy for you to say.
So Tome and Principe and Macau. It's also the language of Machado de Assis.
I had that for lunch the other day. It was delicious.
Bossa Nova, Fernando Pessoa, and Aguilassa. It is a romantic language.
Damn straight it is. And the way you say it, I am Randy now.
I get it. Hey, I get it. Do you know any Portuguese? I know you don't. Besides porta potty.
No.
Brandon just sent me a picture of his spelling of Portuguese, and I'm wondering if he had some sort of epileptic seizure while writing. Are you okay, Brandon?
I got just like you described it, I got the port and the U. No problem. At the end, I just said, fuck it.
Yeah. You only YOLO, am I right?
Yeah, you only YOLO once.
Speaking of YOLOing once, have you ever thought about the psychology behind fetishes?
I guess so, sure.
Well, when you're doing all those porn searches that you do at all hours of the day, do you ever think about the psychology behind your search habits? I want you to know that our friends at the Quick Bites podcast, Jessica and Pauline, break down the types of and psychology behind fetishes and also cover the functions of major parts of the brain. It's an educational podcast with great hosts. It's called The Quick Bites. Here is their short promo.
Hey, welcome to Quick Bites. You ready for this?
Yeah.
For this topic, fetishes,
Stunt performers.
EMDR,
Brain basics.
drinking games.
The Rubik's Cube. I'm Pauline Altman.
I'm Jessica Thomas. Tell your friends.
Yeah. Quick Bites.
Brandon, add the Quick Bites podcast to your list.
I just hit subscribe.
All right, that is our friends at the Quick Bites podcast. Great people over there, and I bet they do a better job than your fucking ass at guessing this list.
We should invite them on for a challenge.
No, because I'm afraid they're going to start talking about fetishes and things will get weird with you and I.
The port and the U, very straightforward.
Yeah.
The goise is something else altogether.
Portuguese, Brandon. Aren't you going to give me another guess?
Russian.
Russian, okay. Russian, what number do you think Russian is?
3. 6.
7. You're Russian to judgment here with your guesses.
No.
Russian is number 7 with 265 mil total speakers. First language speakers, it's number 7. Second language speakers, it's also number 7. About 154 million and 104 million, respectively. It is a Balto-Slavic language.
Mm-hmm.
And it remains one of the 6 languages spoken in the United Nations. And this is from Babbel.com. And produced the literary likes of
Tolstoy?
Tolstoy's one. Pushkin. Chekhov.
Yeah.
Nabokov. Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky.
Yeah. Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, that might be it.
Brodsky.
Do you know any Russian?
Brusky. Ruski. Niet.
What's
Niet is how you say no.
Have you seen the HBO miniseries Chernobyl?
I have not, but I can say I can't say that.
You can't say Chernobyl?
Chernobyl.
You just said it.
That's the first time.
Give yourself some credit. Chernobyl on HBO is a great series. It has a lot of Russian culture interlaced within the show. I highly recommend it.
How would you compare it to Rocky IV?
There's more death, more explosions, more corrupt government,
more radiation poisoning.
You know, the Tennis Podcast has its own level of radiation poisoning because once you listen, it fucking melts your mind. Am I right?
We're an earworm.
What do you know about Chernobyl, Brandon?
What do I know about Chernobyl?
Yeah, not the show, but the event.
There was a bad nuclear melty thingy, and now all the animals have 6 legs, and it looks very scary over there.
Did you know that to this day, the official death toll is like 32, but the actual death toll is estimated to be up to like 100,000? Because of the long-term like cancer effects and things like that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our reference on Russian language.
Yeah. That's all we got, Russia. Sorry.
Rocky IV and Chernobyl.
Did I mention it's Balto-Slavic?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me another guess, Aruni.
Italian.
No. Italian is number...
Oh, no.
It's number 25 on the list.
Japanese.
Japanese is number 13 on the list. However, if you were looking at native speakers only and not total speakers, Japanese would be number 9. Which is interesting because Japanese is basically just Japan, and Babbel.com says there's some Japanese speakers in the Philippines and Brazil, but that's basically it. And that alone is enough to make it number 9.
Okay. I have to look something up before I make a truly ignorant guess.
You made a lot of ignorant...
No, this one I'm too embarrassed. I have to look it up. Hindi is the third language. Is Hindi the third language?
Did you fucking just cheat right here in front of me?
No,
you
I
just
was
looked
trying
up. You get the language and the number? No, I call foul.
No, I didn't get the number. I knew that India is one of the most populous countries in the world, and therefore had to have a very large number of native speakers of their main language. And I wanted
main
to
language.
confirm,
Listen to you.
Listen to me.
India has 23 official languages, and you just happen to guess this one.
But the largest one I'm aware of, I wanted to remind myself whether it was Hindi or Hindu. I know Hindu is the religion. I wanted to make sure that Hindi was the language. That's why I looked it up.
No.
So
I know.
Suck it.
I know you cheated, but for the sake of moving on.
And truth.
No. We know from hashtag Hot Dog Brandon that the truth is not high on your priority list.
It doesn't say that it's number 3.
Hindi is number 3 with 534 million total speakers.
I knew it.
It is the 4th largest first native language with 341 million, the second largest second language with 274 million, number 3 overall. Now, during your cheating, you noted that it's prominent in India. India actually has 23 official languages. However, Hindi, also known as Urdu or Urdu, U-R-D-U,
I knew that part too.
Is chief among them. There's some controversy around Hindi.
I knew it was the chief one.
Okay. So the controversy is whether Hindu or Urdu is one language, Hindustani, or 2 dialects is still, quote, fiercely debated.
Guys with swords are like chopping at each other going like, Hindi! Urdu!
It's like the cover of The Stand.
Fuck you, you're wrong!
Spoken mainly in northern India and parts of Pakistan, Hindi uses Devanagari script, while Urdu uses Persian notation. At the time of writing, and this article from Babbel.com was written in 2018, the debate about its role in Indian education and society has once again, quote, flared up.
Like herpes.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, a Hindu nationalist, is seeking to have Hindi displace English in the southern Indian states as the primary language of official communication and education, a strategy that has been met with resistance. What do you think of that, Brandon? Do you know all that too?
I mean, aren't pretty much all nationalists are nationalists kind of buttholes, like no matter what nation they're in?
Yeah.
We're the best. It doesn't matter what nation they're in. They're like, nope, us first. No matter what. What I think is home is the best. Is that what nationalist is?
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah, I think. We have a lot of nationalist listeners.
From nations?
From nations, yeah. Babbel says that if you ever travel to India, an Indian subcontinent, Hindi will get you a long way. According to them, Hindi is the language where the following words were derived from. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Shampoo, jungle.
Those are derived from Hindi words?
The quote I have is, this is the language that gave us shampoo, jungle. This next word, I don't even know. Jodhpurs? 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 I don't know what that is.
Jodh.
Let's find out what that means. A full-length trousers worn for horseback riding.
Oh, yeah. Those.
Close fitting below the knee and have reinforced patches on the inside of the leg.
Yeah.
I think yours has reinforced patches on the inside of the butt. Am I right? And Hindi also gave us the word bungalow. By the way, is bungalow not the grossest fucking word to describe something that people live in?
Yeah.
I've never got that word.
Would you like to come inside my bungalow?
Would you like to come inside my bungalow? Holy shit.
I would like to open my bungalow to you now. Please, come inside my bungalow and relax.
Uh-huh.
Have a drink. I have drinks up inside my bungalow, if you'd like to come with me.
Hey, can you give us a rolling R sentence with bungalow in it?
Mi perro es en mi bungalow.
This is so bad. All right, that's Hindi, number 3. So now you need...
6, 8, and 10.
Yeah, and 8 you'll never get.
Again, I was going to say, I'm running out of things that I barely know. Korean.
No. Let me read you 20 through 11.
Okay.
Starting at 20. Turkish.
Mm-hmm.
Tamil. 18 is Wu Chinese. 17 is Western Punjabi. 16 is Telugu. 15 is Marathi. Or Marathi. 14 is Swahili. 13 is Japanese. 12 is German, which I'm surprised you haven't guessed yet. 11 is Urdu, which, if you remember, that was the one that's
right. It's the other
hotly contested with Hindi.
Yeah.
The fierce controversy happening around that.
Arabic?
Yeah, Arabic. Good job, Brandon. Arabic is number 6 with 274 million total speakers. It is number 3, however, on the list of second language with 274 million speakers. Do you know any Arabic?
Aren't there a lot of Arabic dialects?
Yes. Arabic is another instance of numbers not telling the full tale. Arabic, like Chinese, is so vastly different in its respective dialects as to be effectively a number of languages grouped as one for the sake of convenience. Modern Standard Arabic is a primarily written form, closely related to the classical Arabic of the Quran.
I think Farsi is one of the...
What? Farsi?
One of the big ones. Farsi. Farsi.
What is that?
Farsi is an Arabic language, I believe.
I think that's a Pokemon.
Oh, God. Farsi is what you can do if you're not short-sighted. Or if you're...
Just stop.
Whatever.
Another note here. However, Babbel.com continues, the spoken forms of Arabic in, say, Oman and Morocco are so different that a couple of philosophy professors from these countries might be able to discuss the finer points of the ancient text while still struggling to order lunch.
Farsi is a Persian language.
Persian Pokemon?
And it's spoken in Iran.
Hang on, you telling me about a marathon you ran last week? We're talking about languages.
Oh, God damn you. Awful.
Come on.
Awful.
All right, you just need 8 and 10. I know you can do it. Think about a huge country for number 10.
Huge in terms of land size?
I mean, yeah, and population.
I got the U.S.
Don't cheat on this one.
And Russia and China out of the way. I'm not. Mexico's pretty big. It's gone. Brazil is out. They speak Spanish and Portuguese. Australia speaks Austrian.
Think about countries in Asia.
I think about them all the time. I said China. Thai.
No.
Jack can talk Thai. Jack talk Thai very well.
This language sounds like the name. The first part of this word sounds like the name of another huge country.
Mongolian.
Indonesian.
Indonesian.
Did I stutter?
I didn't know. Okay, tell me about Indonesian.
Number 10 on the list. However, remember how French had a huge number of second language speakers? Not nearly as many first language? Opposite in this case. 29th on the list of first language speakers.
But nobody is learning it.
No. It is like French. I said it's the opposite, but it's like French. 29th on first language, 6th on second language. So people are learning it a lot.
Oh, like people in Southeast Asia are learning it in order to have a common language.
Sure. This 29th on first language, 6th on second language is the largest gap between those two in the top 10.
Since I've successfully guessed Indonesian. I Googled Indonesia, And official languages, one of them is Malay. So there's, tons of languages around there. Philippines, what are they speaking in Philippines? Philippi, Thai,
Wow.
Singaporean, Vietnamese.
Yeah, Vietnamese. What number is that? 22.
Tell me more about Indonesian.
That's all I got.
I know that's where Marcellus Wallace is going to have a motherfucker hiding in a bowl of rice.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You remember in Pulp Fiction when he tells Butch that if he screws him over, tries to get away, if he goes to hide in Indonesia, he's going to have a motherfucker waiting in a bowl of rice ready to cap his ass.
I guess that's true. That was said in that movie.
I'm just letting you know how my mind works.
Did you know that Italian, number 25 on the list, only has 3 million people that use it as a second language? Isn't that crazy?
I guess like
think about
business-wise.
Americans alone that travel to Italy and like learn some Italian. I don't know.
Well, yeah, there's probably not a lot of business reasons. And not as many business reasons.
Well, Brandon, business isn't everything, Mr. Corporate Business Asshole.
You said I'd never guess number 8.
I stand by it. Give me 3 guesses and then I'll tell you.
Hebrew.
No.
Ancient Greek.
Hebrew's not in the top 50, and neither is ancient Greek.
Yiddish.
Okay, number 8 is Bengali.
Knew it.
Yeah, you were just doing that for the listener's sake, right? Make things interesting.
Tell me about Bengali.
Bengali is number 8 with 262 million total speakers, including 228 million first language speakers, which puts it at number 5 on that list. 37 million second language speakers, which puts it at number 13. Again, number 8 overall. Let me tell you about Bengali. The partition of Bengal by the British in 1947 divided mainly Hindu West Bengal, now part of India, from its mainly Muslim counterpart East Bengal, now Bangladesh. You get all that?
Yep.
It is the language of Calcutta, the Andaman... Calcutta? What? I can't say it.
Calcutta.
The Andaman Islands, fabulous sweets, and 170 odd million Bangladeshis, many of whom are extremely vulnerable to climate change because Babel.com is suddenly going to a climate change spiel in the next little bit. By the next century, the population is projected to double, while 15% of the land area is expected to disappear below rising seas.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So that's Bengali.
Well, Bengali, we learned something today.
Bengali G, Willikers, we got through the top 10. Here we go. Number 10, Indonesian. Number 9, Portuguese. Number 8,
Bengali.
Good golly, Bengali. Number 7, Russian. Don't rush me now, Brandon. Number 6, Arabic. Number 5, French. Number 4, Spanish. Number 3, Hindi. Number 2, Chinese. And number 1, English.
We did it.
We did it.
I nailed it.
Nope, didn't nail it. You know what else? It's hard to nail these days, Brandon.
A wiggly nail?
Scratch that. Let's talk about some Apple Podcast reviews.
You're not going to leave that joke in?
All right, fine. What did you say? A dangly nail?
A wiggly nail.
A wiggly nail?
That'd be hard as hell. Little guys dancing around.
Yeah. No, you're right. No, totally. Totally. Yeah. Very worth keeping in that joke. But it's also hard to nail down some 5-star podcast reviews, but we've managed to get a couple, and I want to read you some. Is that all right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to read some Apple Podcast reviews. iTunes is going away, like we said at the top, but Apple Podcasts is on every iPhone, on every iPad, on every iPod Touch, if those are still out there. And if you go in there and rate us 5 stars and write us a little review ski, we'll read it on this show. And the first one here is from our friends at the Black Case Diary podcast. That's a podcast where 3 friends meet weekly to laugh, learn, and discuss film and TV. But they wrote us a review on Apple Podcasts, and they said, quote, "If you don't like this show, you're a doy-doy."
True.
I love the way these hosts play off each other. Nothing playful about it. Their banter had me laughing out loud at work, which would have been weirder, I guess, if I didn't work from home. Brandon, you and I work from home, too. Isn't that cute? The show concept is interesting, too. It's a great way to learn something new. I will definitely be listening again. Robin from the Black Case Diaries podcast. Thank you very much, Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
Exclamation points and all. All right. One more review here. And that is from Rick from the Some Other Sphere podcast, interview-style podcast covering a range of esoteric subjects. I listened to one of their episodes. Which one did I listen to? It was, it was episode 8 with the host of the Myth, Legends, and Lore podcast, which we've had their promo on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. They cover paranormal, supernatural, occult, weird, and macabre.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rick from the Some Other Sphere podcast, he left us a little review. And what he said is, this is a podcast with a really great premise, and kudos to the host for featuring an impressively range of subjects. I started with Worst Presidents, favorite cereals, deadliest animals, Jack Nicholson films, favorite animals. We have not had favorite animals.
Oh my God, can we?
Deadliest cereals. There'll definitely be something here to entertain you.
If we don't do a favorite animals episode, I quit.
All right, maybe we'll do favorite animals and a deadliest cereals.
I think about my favorite animals all the time.
We all know it's a monkey already.
Monkey's on the list. You don't know where it is?
Monkey's number 1, obviously.
It's not number 1. If monkey's not number 1.
Any favorite animals list out there where monkey's not number 1, get the fuck out of here. Just unsubscribe from our show, in fact.
Let that be a teaser, because we got to do it.
All right, we will do it eventually.
You could do a favorite monkeys.
Brandon?
Yep.
We got through our top 10 list. We got through our Apple Podcast reviews. I think we're about ready to close up shop here.
I think you're about ready to get through a sandwich.
Oh, you know what? I should mention, you're listening, this episode was dropped on June 12th. Next week, the week that we would normally drop on June 19th.
We're not dropping shit.
Yeah, for the first time in our near year existence, we will be skipping a week. So, June 19th, there will be no new episode, but you can listen to all of our past 43 episodes in our archives at tennishpod.com. We'll be back to our regular schedule starting Wednesday, June 26th. All right.
That's it.
That's it. Follow us at TennishPod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. That's 10ISHPOD. Don't forget to drop us questions for our upcoming 45th episode, which will drop on July 3rd. We are taking questions from you to answer in that episode. You can ask us questions on social media or at tennishpod@gmail.com.
You can find me on Twitter at equal co-host, because I am a 50% equal co-host in this podcast.
Let's spell it out, because people are going to be taken aback and think that they're looking at the wrong Twitter handle when they search for that. When they see it spelled out, it's equal co-host. It's just a fake funny name Brandon came up with. It doesn't have any actual bearing on his role on this show. But to be funny and hilarious, at equal co-host is how you can follow Brandon. And you can follow me, your star host, at Nick_Amel. That's NICK_EMEL.
Twitter doesn't give that shit out to just anybody.
Okay, let's end this, please.
All right, cut it off.
Cut it off. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
We'd like to thank Kevin MacLeod for his song Hackbeat, which we found on incompetech.com for the official Tennis Podcast theme.